Oh, hey. I know it's been a few days since I've really been on here and been live and actually faced the camera and talked to you, but it's been busy. Your girl been booked and busy. That's what we ask for when we are out here in these coaching and marketing and consulting streets. And so it's a good place to be, right? Because everybody doesn't have that luxury. So I'm really excited. I got three new things in today that I want to share with you. One, I've already talked quite a bit about. So as you come on in, let me know where you are tuning in from and say hello. And I will be sure to shout you out if you know anyone who is, in the midlife fun space. They are a business owner, they're a mom working from home. They carry a lot of weight, meaning the weight of the world on their shoulders, and that might be impacting their midsection and just their stress levels, and that this is the place to be. So please be sure to invite them in here. I always love coming here and sharing the products and things that I love with you, along with any helpful tips and tricks, especially as it relates to marketing, mentoring, mindset, and monetization. And yes, even these supplements and journals feed into that whole theme of mentoring, mindset, marketing, and monetization, because I believe that you should be able to be paid to exist. And I do want to talk about something that I have been noticing in probably since the beginning of the year, right? And I am definitely noticing an uptick in content that is created by women who look like me and really targets and almost hates against women that look like me. Now, I'm not saying that we all have to agree and we all shouldn't be agreeing all the time. However, I will say that I am noticing one. I think there's probably some mental illness that may be playing into it. And I'm not a doctor. That is beyond my scope. It is not for me to speak on that. But as someone who has spent and invested numerous amounts of hours as well as their own money, including professional therapy and counseling, along with tons of other tools, personal development and self development, I will say that there is a lot of unhealing, especially amongst the 8%. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude, but baby, they need the shadow work journal. Okay. Because what the shadow work journal does is it helps you to heal those traumatic experiences and things that you are carrying around. And it makes you bitter. It makes you angry. It makes it difficult to focus. It makes you hateful. It makes you spiteful. It makes you want to lash out and very, very angry. And whenever I see it in comments, because there are people who look like me that I've blocked because I made an innocent comment and they got nasty with me in the comments. It's just not necessary. We don't have to treat each other like that when everything we are already up against and dealing with in the world. We should be able to disagree respectfully without getting nasty with each other. In fact, in my own social media marketing growth, I have intentionally slowed my growth before. Let me make sure I got a green light and that y'all can hear me. I'm assuming you can hear me. Can you drop a 2 in the comments or a 1 in the comments? Drop a 1 in the comments if you can hear me, but you should be able to hear me, right? I have I have stopped and paused slowed my own growth on social media because I didn't want to be that person in the comments. And I began my healing journey. And a lot of the work that I have done is inside of this shadow work journal, which they were very nice and generous and sent me for free. I already had volume 2, and you can see the difference between the two, right? Volume 2, the second edition, has a lot more meat to it, but this one has a lot of the same things in there. And I know at one point they were offering you a free second edition if you bought the first edition, which was really cheap. It was like less than $10. Okay, I think it's at about $20 right now. So my winter arc has been to really work on healing and keeping my nervous system regulated, keeping my emotions regulated. You cannot do that without going through the work that is in here. I'm also going to say what is in here does not preclude or negate you from going and getting the professional help through counseling, through therapy, psychologists, psychotherapists, whatever level you are at. And I'm also going to say there should not be a stigma with seeking that type of help out. Okay. We've got to get rid of the stigma and understand that our people went through very traumatic experiences, and that is still within our genes. And some of the things that we've normalized as part of our upbringing and raising, in fact, are not normal. Now, through my healing process, I'm able to show compassion to my parents, to my grandparents for that. So I'm not here throwing up on anybody or blaming anybody or punching up or punching down. I'm just stating very matter of factly. So I really hope you can hear me. I don't have my laptop in here, but I'm going to check. Let's check on my laptop and make sure you can hear me okay. So let's make sure you can hear me. Let's make sure you can hear me. And you can. Okay. So we had to do that sound check to make sure that you can hear me. Okay. Your business, your career may suffer if you don't do the healing work. And ask me how I know. Your career, your business may become stagnant and you just can't move it until you work through a lot of the exercises that are in here. You have to figure out what your triggers are and why they trigger you in order to be able to neutralize them, right? You know, I went through a very traumatic period of life in 2013, actually from 2010 to 2013 was pretty insane for me, right? And one of the things that I learned was by taking my attention away, by I won't say ignoring, but not giving energy, not giving attention to certain people, places, and things, I neutralized them. I also learned that by taking what somebody wants to throw up as a point of shame against you and owning it, you actually, again, neutralize. So I do believe in I do believe in using the shadow work journal. So let me tell you what is in here. It's a guided journal to help you navigate, integrate, and transcend your shadow. So the first thing you do is you sign your declaration of intent. Okay. And it says, I blank vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. This is about radical acceptance, right? This is, you know, I always say as a parent, your kids will illuminate your shadow. Your kids will illuminate your shadow. My oldest daughter just texted me, and that one definitely illuminates my shadow, right? My youngest one, I was just texting with her about some situation that's going on within our larger family, and she was illuminating my shadow to me. And I used to get angry. I used to get triggered when they would illuminate my shadow to me, and it wasn't their fault. They didn't know they were doing it. It's in their DNA. So this is about your radical acceptance. And through radical acceptance, you will no longer be triggered by the things that you used to be triggered by. And remember, some of the triggers come from your parents, from your siblings, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents. And a lot of times those triggers are there. They know what buttons to push because they installed them. So you have to remember that. Okay. So I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. I promise to fill this journal out with an open heart and good intentions. I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts to my being, and I choose to embrace and nurture both. Okay. I look forward to unveiling my shadows and bringing more light into this world through my personal journey of self-reflection and healing. So there is the table of contents. And unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others because the world outside of you is only a reflection of the world inside of you. So it talks about what is shadow work, right? The unconscious mind contains repressed emotions from painful events, causing impulsive behaviors and unwanted patterns from your dark side. We just talked about that, right? In short, the shadow is composed of the parts of yourself that you have forgotten, abandoned, and repressed in order to grow and fit in the mold of society. But until you deal with those shadows, until you heal them and get to radical self acceptance, it can and will impact your career. It can and will impact your ability to grow a business, right? And what do I mean? So, I mean things like your ability to deal with rejection. You can have a mother wound or father wound that develops into a rejection wound, right? You can have, extreme shyness or introvertedness because of something that traumatized you and made you have a lot of shame or embarrassment as a child. So the shadow journal is an exceptional way to read through what is in here and go through the charts and the activities, filling in the blank, reflection questions, gratitude list, writing a letter to yourself, mirror gazing, filling in the box. And then this is what's golden, these journal prompts, right? These journal prompts are excellent for you to understand what when you have fear, right? So imagine yourself unafraid. If you have no doubts, no worries, no fears of the unknown, the things you used to worry about do not exist, right? What you would do if this was the case, right? So there's all these journal prompts. And so if you are struggling with something, you can come through here and find a journal prompt, even if you're not struggling with it, and you can complete the journal prompt and you really get to know and understand yourself, right? That's what you cannot have radical acceptance without understanding yourself, self-knowledge. And then the last is this, getting to the root of your shadow. When you have something that you're struggling with, you can write out what is triggering my shadow. What thoughts am I having? What emotions am I experiencing? And so there's this thing that you can fill out, and that's going to help you get to the root of it so that it no longer triggers you. So I love that. I've got to get my fan because I am hot in this kitchen. It is sub-zero outside, very, very cold outside, but it is nice and toasty in here, and I am grateful for that. So your shadow self is super duper important for you to know and understand. Okay. So because I'm hot, I'm going to switch to another product really quick. And we are going to test this product out live together. Okay. So we're going to get some coconut water. Got some frozen water here in case I need it, and some ice. Okay. So this is, if you have been following me for some time, I am a big consumer of collagen and protein. In fact, I get so many compliments. People find it very difficult to believe that I have 3 decades of sales, marketing, and leadership experience. They always are shocked. And then when I tell them the ages of my adult children, when I tell them that I have grandchildren, there is a lot of what? I would never believe it. Like, people think I'm like 30. I've even heard in my 20s. So Clean Nutra, the brand that I am really all about lately, sent me this colostrum and collagen. Okay. So this is bovine collagen from what I recall. It's got L-glutamine in there, L-lysine, prebiotics and probiotics, digestive enzymes, and more. Vitamin D3, K2, vitamin C, um, L-lysine, L-glutamine, quercetin, and folate, which is a B vitamin. Now these are all too little. The words on here are too little. I cannot read all of that. I just can't. Okay. So, you can always go and check it out in the cart. It is pinned and you can check it out. So I'm wondering, is it better to have this in coconut water or It's for an internal glow. It doesn't smell like it has any flavor to it. That's why I wanted to mix it with a little bit of water. So we'll mix it with the coconut water and see what happens. Okay. So let's pour some coconut water. I won't pour too much. I mean, if I don't like it. All right, we're going to put a scoop in there. Close it up. Now, this is my first time with colostrum, which is kind of like, it comes from, and it's in breast milk, I believe. So we're going to mix that up really good. But collagen, if you want good, glowing, youthful skin, as far as your joints, you want to be taking collagen. It definitely has more of a milky taste. And I should have put this in almond milk. I definitely think this is more of a milk-based product. And I should have known that. I hesitated. It's not bad with the coconut milk, but yeah. I mean, it actually kind of has like a coconutty, milky taste to it. But I would much rather have it in like a milk-based protein shake or something like that. It's not bad at all. I like that it blended very easily. But yeah, I think because of the colostrum, it's not bad tasting at all. There's no nasty aftertaste or anything like that, but it just has more of a milky flavor to it. And I have had, collagen that's flavored, right? And so I wasn't sure. And that's why I was like, oh, I'll just put it in coconut water. You could probably put it in regular water and it would be fine too. But I would probably definitely have this with almond milk or some other plant-based milk. The reason I take collagen is collagen along with hyaluronic acid, your body begins to slow down the production of it at around 19 to 21, right? And so the older you get, the more it slows down. But you see how my skin has that inside out glow right now? And I can always tell when someone takes collagen, because in a good collagen, because of the way their skin looks when the light hits it. I don't have the chart, but there is an image that I have that shows how, as you get older, when the collagen and that in your skin and hyaluronic acid in your skin have lessened, you have more lines. And at the wrong light hits those lines, it actually makes you look older and worse. But when you smooth that out by taking something like collagen, the light hits it in all the right places and it just gives you this really nice illuminated look like I have right now under the light. Now, I have also been taking the glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM hyaluronic acid, boswellia, omega-3, turmeric, collagen, and L-methionine because of, the joints and the skin and that, and it's got the collagen. Now, I will say typically I do like my collagen to have hyaluronic acid in there, but because it has the colostrum and because I also take this supplement, I'm okay with this not having it in there. And it does have the vitamin C, but I think this would make, like, what I imagine doing with this is actually mixing it with my mushroom coffee, plant-based milk, in ice, and making it like a frappe, like a frappuccino, like a blended coffee drink is what I honestly would do with this. I would make it into like a blended coffee drink or even like blueberry smoothies, fruit smoothies with the with frozen fruit and some plant-based milk, but it does not taste bad at all. Definitely more milky though. A lot more milky than I've had with collagen before, and that's not a bad thing. It just is. But it blended beautifully, blended really, really well. Things I love to see with collagen, are vitamin C and hyaluronic acid and chondroitin. And this does have the L-glutamine in there. It's in both of these. Wait, no, this is has glucosamine. Okay, but and the pre and probiotics, and I believe that comes from the colostrum, right? So pre and probiotics, your gut health, your gut and skin connection are very, very real, right? Like I will tend to suffer from eczema. And what are the things I do to clear my eczema up right away? Probiotics and prebiotics and even postbiotics. That will help me with my, I can't say heal, but it will help me with the symptoms of my eczema. And because I'm working on the symptoms, the eczema tends to look better and get better. So, oh, this does have, yeah, it has L-glutamine in there and quercetin. So I love how they blend other things together. I will not lie. I do wish this had hyaluronic acid and vitamin C in there. And I believe it is bovine collagen. I prefer marine and the biocell. I prefer the biocell, which has the chondroitin and the hyaluronic acid in there for actual joints. And then for skin, I do prefer to have vitamin C and hyaluronic acid present for a beauty formula. So this is called an internal glow formula. So we will definitely see it's an all-in-one. Um, I really do believe that this will be good for me because Clean Nutra has not led me wrong yet. They're very transparent with what is in their product. And I love that. I really, really do. So let me check here. Okay. So they were generous and sent me a nice supply of these. You only need one scoop, and there are 30 servings in here. There are 30 servings in here. So, give it a try. I tried it. It's the Internal Glow. It does say it's more of a women's supplement. I don't know why, though. I don't see why men couldn't use this and benefit from it, but it does say this one is for the women. I will have to look at the website and see if they have any that collagen formula that is specific for men. I don't know why it would be different, to be honest with you. I really don't know, but every company likes to make their own unique and proprietary formula. This one is not high on protein, and that's okay. I'm looking to see if I can tell what type of collagen it is. I'd have to look on the website. Oh, I can look here. I do have my laptop in here. So let's look on the website and see what the website says as far as the type of collagen. Let's go to Clean Nutra and let's look up collagen. They've really been expanding their product line. Okay, let's put in colostrum. Huh, it's not even on the website. That's weird. So let's go to Google Clean Nutra colostrum. It is bovine. It is bovine. Okay. And so, there's like there's different types of collagen. Um, I need to be able to pull it up on the website. Let's see if I can get to it from here. You can't really get to the TikTok shop stuff from the laptop, but I can come back live and talk more about that because there are different types of collagen. I know some people like different types, one type more than the other. I like to in my experience, like I said, I love the BioCell, which uses the matrix of the chondroitin, the vitamin C, and the chicken sternum collagen, which is most like that, which is in humans. It's the number one type we have in our bodies as humans. And that is great for building this. I can't say building the skin back up, but it helps the skin inflate itself again, right? And so I like that for more of that from the inside out, building the skin back up and for the joints. And then there is the Beauty Blend collagen that is really built for beauty because it's got the biotin in there, it's got the vitamin C, the hyaluronic acid, and oh my god, hyaluronic acid. Like I can see a difference in my skin just in a couple days from these pills. Okay, I can see a difference because at my age, I gotta have hyaluronic acid, gotta have it, and my joints are creaking a lot less. So that is the collagen. Now, the next thing, these two, there is another brand that has put together a duo like these two. Okay. So this is the Myo Inositol Dichiro Inositol Maca Chromium D3. And this is basically, I forget what they call it. They call it like smooth and soothe, right? So this is great. This is ashwagandha, magnesium, and L-theanine for lowering your cortisol, right? Especially if you're in the midlife fun space. Cortisol is, one of the things we learn in the midlife fun space, and I can attest to this, is your really intense workouts like 12, 10 years ago when I was doing like 2 days and 3 days, working with a personal trainer, doing kickboxing, riding my bike, that can actually increase cortisol, which can make it tougher for you to lose weight, especially in that midsection when you are in the midlife fun space. Now, I was younger, right? I was in my late 30s, early 40s when I was a gym rat working out like that. Now I prefer to go for a walk and do some incline walking up hills and down hills. And that and my supplements in the kitchen is definitely much more productive for me. Okay. And so having the adaptogens, with the ashwagandha, the magnesium, the L-theanine, the 5-HTP, the tryptophan, right? So this could replace some other things that I am taking, right? So this is really, if you are in perimenopause, if you are in full-blown menopause, and even if you are still, in your normal like menstruation, this is great to actually lower cortisol and help create the environment where your body is not kind of working against you. Now, I'm not saying eliminate cortisol because you need some cortisol. Okay. You need some cortisol. And this is great for balancing your hormones. Okay. So if, things like PCOS and other things where you really have to balance your hormones, this is your, nighttime, I think, and this is more your morning, or it might be vice versa. I'm not sure. But these two together can have a similar effect to various options that are out there, right? That, injections and things that people are taking. This is said to have a similar effect. Now, I know people throw the name out there. I'm trying not to do that because I just try to not get down like that. You know what I mean? I also try to protect myself. So I don't want to say the name, of those injections in that, but you know what I'm talking about with GLP-1 and all of that. It's really about your hormones, and these two together make a great combo to help you manage your hormones and deal with the symptoms of certain things like PCOS, as well as your cortisol being an issue, right? Since I've been focusing on the ashwagandha and cortisol, my face has a much nicer shape to it again. Because there were some pictures, let me tell you, especially over the holidays and post holidays, that had your girl a little like, no, we're not going back down that road. Okay. So ideally, my routine in the midlife fun space, postmenopausal, is I like to have minerals in the morning. So I take my Shilajit, multi-mineral. I take my gummies in the morning. I take, like my CoQ10 and things like that in the morning. I've been taking the GABA. When I run out of this, I can switch to this. And I also do my glucodefend throughout the day, and that is going to help me manage the sugar cravings and keep my blood sugar levels so I'm not binging and crashing. Okay. So I like to do that. I like to have my electrolytes. That's why I mix the colostrum with the coconut water so that I get that deep hydration, right? That deep hydration, right? And if you find hyaluronic acid in a powder format, add that to it totally. And then manage my hormones, manage with adaptogens. So that's why I like the mushroom coffee and then supplements like these two to really help with managing that waistline. Okay. The midlife fun space, working out harder is not going to necessarily get you the results, right? You probably want to look at balancing your hormones and beginning definitely with cortisol and managing that with something like ashwagandha. I love ashwagandha. I love it with L-theanine. This has the 5-HTP. It has L-tryptophan in there. There's vitamin B6, and this is a really good formula. So it's called Cortigon, and this is PCO gone. So these two together are really great for female, for woman hormonal balance to create more of an optimal zone for you to be able to better manage your weight. Okay. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. So I love that it's blue and pink. It's so cute. I know there's another brand out there that does this. Let's see where it is priced at. Oops, that's the wrong thing. It is currently on flash sale. So it ranges from $55.97 for one duo, and you can buy 3 duos, you can buy 5 duos. If you buy 5 duos, it's $157.47. It ships free at $30. So just one duo alone would get you free shipping. It is on flash sale that ends in one day. So what I would do is I would get to the orange cart and check this out. Definitely check this out. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. It's the Smooth and Soothe bundle. Seeing what other information it gives me. All right. So it offers 2 powerful all-in-one supplements designed for stress relief and hormonal balance. Cortigon features ashwagandha, magnesium, L-theanine, and adaptogens to support relaxation, reduce cortisol levels, and promote calmness throughout the day. PCO combines myo-inositol, dechiroinositol, maca, and chromium from hormonal support, enhanced well-being, and overall balance. Together, these supplements create a complete solution for daily wellness and vitality. Okay. And I know there are others out there that do the pink and blue bottle, but I am a big fan of clean nutraceuticals. I have been working with this brand since the beginning of the year, and I'm having great results with the supplements that I'm using. I'm very happy. I love that they are um, transparent. I absolutely love how transparent they are about the ingredients. You know exactly what is in there. These are so new; they haven't even made it to their website yet, but they are available exclusively right now in the TikTok shop. So go ahead and check out that orange cart below, and you can learn all about them and read about them. And like I said, you don't just, you can buy this on its own. You can maybe buy this on its own. I think you can only honestly buy these together. And so as the duo, it is $56 for the duo, and you get free shipping at $30. Trying to lose weight in the midlife fun space is not the easiest thing to do. I struggled for several years until I started, doing the research and learning about managing the cortisol, adding the minerals. The trace minerals are so huge, and these have some of those in there. You also want to hydrate. You want to get your electrolytes in. You want to drink a lot of water. You want to, your breakfast. You want to have protein. You want to have protein and fat for your breakfast, right? So you want, and fiber. You want protein, fiber, and fat, right? So poof, PFF breakfast, right? So you want to really create that optimal environment in order to be able to lose the weight, to manage the gut, to manage the, especially the belly, right? Like I'm seeing the inches, right? I've lost a few pounds on the scale, but I can definitely feel the difference in the way that my clothes fit because I'm losing the inches, and that's telling me that the cortisol is going down, that I'm better balancing the cortisol. You know, you have high cortisol when you wake up every night at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, you have high cortisol. Bad breath is a sign of high cortisol. Your hair falling out, I've dealt with that. So there are all these signs. The moon face, right? The way your face gets that moon shape, and it gets, you know, like you have a lot of inflammation, right? So balancing your hormones actually also helps you with balancing and reducing inflammation. And that's what I love about these supplements and some of the ingredients that are in there. So this is a really good woman's formula. So I'm really interested to try this and test this out because I still deal with the hot flashes and stuff. You know what I mean? The summers, the personal summers, and the heating up. So check it out. I'll give everybody just another minute or so to get in the orange cart, and I have to go because I have a Zoom. I've got somebody to talk to at 3:30, and it is now 3:25. So check it out in the orange cart, as low as $55.97 for one duo. You can buy 3 duos. You can save 5 duos. Ships free at $30, right? They're very transparent. Everything that is in there is listed. Check it out and let me know how it goes for you. But it is the Soothe and Smooth with the Cortigon and the PCO gone, right? So it's a very nice duo. I love that it looks like a boy and a girl, like you're having twins. So it's a great duo. So check it out, and I will see you on the next live.